Let's go. Hello, everyone. Hello, and welcome back to this voice workshop. My name is Sally, and today I will teach you how to feminize, how to masculinize, how to make your voice androgynous. Really, I will give you today all the tools, the exercises, and the methodology to understand voice and to modify it to your liking. All right, um, I hope y'all have a great day so far. Let me start the session with a little bit of a hygiene and health talk. When it comes to voice, please be sure to drink water 10 to 15 minutes before doing any voice practice. That is because when you drink water, it does not reach into your vocal folds. That would bring the water into your lungs. Thank gosh it's not happening. And instead, it will be going down your stomach, and the blood flow will be redistributing all the hydration you need through the voice over time, and it takes about 10 to 15 minutes for that process to happen. Another thing to mention is certain medications are known to be dehydrating to the body and thus also to the voice. So, stuff such as spironolactone, which is a medication that a lot of us might be taking for HRT reasons, or those who have like hay fever medication because it is pollen season. Not so great, not so fun, but it is happening. You might want to be careful and try to work around it. If you can take the medication in the morning, prefer practicing in the evening, or vice versa. If you'd prefer to practice your voice in the evening, take that medication in the morning, etc., etc. Just try to work around it. Needless to say, there's other substances such as alcohol, smoking, caffeine, at least great amount of it, that all are also going to dehydrate your body overall. So be sure to maybe work around it. If you have a morning coffee, prefer waiting a little bit before doing any voice work. You don't want the dryness of that caffeine to hit you. At the end of the day, body autonomy reigns supreme. Just now you have the advice, and you can try to work around those issues and these caveats. Now, with that being said, let's talk a little bit about what a voice is. So, what exactly is a voice? And I see that this graph has moved. Uh oh. This is totally not going to cause any problem in the future. Okay. Um, this is fine. Anyways, what is voice? Voice is simply described through the power source filter model. And this is where I get the useful stuff in. Yeah, there we go. Okay, it's kind of almost good. Nope. Yeah, there we go. So what is voice exactly? When it comes to voice, we have three main things we want to be thinking about. Yes, big savvy hand. Woo. Anyways, the power is the airflow, the air you will deliver to your vocal folds. Your vocal folds are somewhere here in the source. The source is where you will find the vocal folds. More specifically, this whole purple thing here is what we call um, the larynx. And so this is the voice box in which the vocal folds are housed. So the air comes from below and it sets the vocal folds in motion. They vibrate, they flap from bottom to top, and they create a source sound, which is going to be your pitch. Now, the pitch will then, move up here. It's not exactly pitch, it's mostly like a voice itself. Will move up into this space, which is the vocal tract size. And now the vocal tract size can be shrinked, it can be made bigger, it can expand. And you can find like here the pharynx, the nasal cavity, and the oral cavity, and all of these make up the vocal tract. Now, this is where the funky, fun stuff happens. If you manage to make your filter a lot bigger by, for example, taking your larynx and bringing it lower, you achieve a much bigger overall filter size. However, if you shrink that vocal tract by raising your larynx, you achieve a much brighter sound. And this is pretty much all there is to know when it comes to voice on like the basics. So again, we have air, starts in our lungs, it moves up, it reaches the larynx. Within them, we have little vocal folds, little flaps of flesh that vibrate. They vibrate really fast thanks to the air we provide from below. And that sound produced, that source sound, will then move up in the vocal tracts and be modified into vowels and into a dark voice or a bright voice, depending on how it is being used. Okay. Now, what is vocal tract size? Well, very simply put, we already talked about the brightness achieved by shrinking the vocal tract. As you can see here, we have two different graphs, a more feminine voice will tend to have a smaller vocal tract, and a more masculine voice will tend to have a bigger vocal tract. And as you can see here, we're talking about testosterone. So, why testosterone, and what does testosterone have of an effect on our voices during puberty? Well, it's very simple and it's three main steps. The first step is your vocal tract will go from really small to really big. And as your vocal tract becomes really big, you achieve a much darker voice. Now, the second thing that happens is that the vocal folds within the larynx, so you can't see them here, but they're like, creating the pitch, they're going to start to become longer and they're going to start to vibrate slower, and as they become longer and vibrate slower, you can achieve much lower pitches. Uh, and that's the second part of testosterone exposure. The third thing is just like in the rest of your body, testosterone is going to encourage muscle growth. So that means that with more muscle mass, your voice now is a lot more boomy, a lot more powerful. And our goal here is to reverse all of these three components. So, and achieve a more fem voice. That's pretty much about it. Of course, for those who want to work on making their voices more masculine, you might have or might not have as much testosterone exposure depending on your HRT or depending on just like your genetics and just like, well, the dice that you were thrown and given till in life. So it might be a little bit more difficult. Like in a sense, for trans girls like me, testosterone is kind of like your poison. I mean, I don't really see it as such anymore because just voice control is fantastic. But you might find that you will maybe have a little bit of a more difficult time in terms of reaching lower pitches because, frankly, like that is the only real biological thing that is more difficult to work against. But there's like metal vocalists, there's voice actresses that are able to achieve really deep voices, anyways. So, in a sense, there's still a lot of practice that you can do to make your voice more masculine. So, don't stop believing in yourself. And in practice, there's a lot that can be achieved. Um, okay, and that is pretty much it for the explanation of this. That's not the right slide. Whoops. So, now that's all said and done, let's talk about warming up our voices. As I mentioned before, when it comes to voice hygiene and health, we want to be staying hydrated, but that's not the only thing we want to do when it comes to voice. We'd also want to warm it up a little bit. Think about it this way: your voice is partially muscle, and if you are to like run a marathon or lift some heavy things, you're not going to do any of these strenuous and difficult exercises on your body physically if if you don't warm it up. So like if you want to run that marathon, you're going to have to stretch your legs. If you want to like lift something heavy, you might want to like stretch your arms, etc., etc., depending on how you lift, of course. And when it comes to voice, same thing applies. So we like to do some vocal warm up to help our voices come along the way. The warm ups from before the workshop started made my throat a little sore. Should I still be doing this? This entirely depends on how you do the warm ups. But normally they should not hurt your voice at all. I'm not sure exactly which one you're referring to since there were like multiple ones and I don't know how you're doing things. But the ones that we're going to do here are definitely not going to hurt your voice as long as you take it easy, slow, and gentle. Our goal is not to do a hyper loud sound. Our goal is not to go to the edges of our range. Our goal is not to challenge our voice directly. Our goal is just to gently, warm up our voice. So you don't want to go, oh, you don't want to go like all the way up. Humming should be mostly fine. So let's see what we got here. For this, you can just try and mimic on your end. So what I'm going to do is do a demonstration first, and then I'm going to do a second time, and you can say muted and try to do it on your own end. All right, I'm going to start on the sound O as in old, and so it should sound like this. All right, that's the O sound. Let's try this all together in three, two, one. All right, very good. Let's try the next sound. This time we're going to do the sound Z as in zoo. I show you first. Zzz, zzz. Let's try this all together in three, two, one. All right, very good. And last one, it's going to be a lip trill. It's when you make your lips bubble like so. If you ever struggle to do that sound, you can like take your hands and put it on the side of your lips like so. It can help relax the lips, not the lip trill. Oh no, why not? It's not that difficult. Alternatively, if you have the option to, you can like take a straw and put it in water. It has about the same resistance, although water has a little bit more resistance. So it's pretty good sound to do. Anyways, let's try this. So I go first. All right, very good. And now I do this. Oh, let's try this all together in three, two, one. All right, very good. Good job, everyone. I have better yet. Clap. All right, very, very, very good. Okay, so with that being said and done, our warm up is over. I just want to address something that someone has asked in the audience. Um, if the warm ups hurt or made your voice feel sore at the start, maybe don't go too far outside of your like comfortable range. Just kind of like try to get your voice warmed up. The point is not to achieve new heights instantly. These tools are also used to help you achieve higher pitches or lower pitches, etc., etc. But if they feel sore, you should probably like rest and like avoid doing those. Typically, if they feel sore, maybe you're sick. Maybe your voice is raspy for other reasons, allergies or whatever. So, these exercises should be gentle to the voice. If they're not, then something is going on wrong. All right. All good. So, next up, the way I do these workshops, and for those who are not familiar with these, I get up on stage two people who want to make their voices more feminine and two people who want to make their voices more masculine. So, with that being said, I'm going to start with a mask voice today. So, if you want to make your voice more masculine, you can request to speak or use the hand emoji wave or hand raised. I don't know how to find the hand raised emoji in chat. Do we have the hand raised? Yeah, this one. You may have a little damaged vocal cords. Uh, if you have suspicions of damage, I would heavily recommend you to check with a uh, speech and language pathologist if they have the equipment for it, or better yet, a laryngologist. So, laryngologist, you write it like this. It's their job to check the health of your voice and more specifically of your vocal folds directly. So if you ever feel like there might be nodules, because that's a type of damage that can happen, nodules at the surface of your vocal folds, you should be fine. I already have heard my voice screaming at the top of my lungs at concerts. I have been smoking for several years, no longer anymore, but I am not I never had like a hyper healthy voice to begin with. So if I manage to get there, you can get there too. Don't you worry. All right. We don't have anyone interested in making their voices more masculine. So I guess we'll start with fem voice today. For those who want to make their voices more feminine, raise your hand, wave. All right. Kelly, I'm not sure. Kelly, were you on stage before last time? I'm trying to get new people up on stage each time. Uh, all right, got a bunch of hands. I just want to be sure. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Yes, but I can wait. I don't mind. Okay, sure thing. Next up was a melody. All right, melody. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Please request to speak, and I will invite you on stage. Da, 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 da. Not know how to do this? I'm trying to find you. How do I request? I'm trying to find you amongst the ocean of people. Wait. Melody, melody. Um, where are you? Wait. It's like at the bottom, in the middle. Little hand in the VC toolbar. Yes. It's okay. No worries. Sea of anchors. There you go. All right. I have you are here.
Hello.
Hello. Hi. You have embodied the Yeepy creature. Welcome. All right. So I'm gonna start a timer. Let's go. So welcome on stage, Melody.
Thank
How are you
you.
doing?
I'm good.
All right, glad to hear this. What's your goal with voice and what's your knowledge and practice so far with voice in general?
I've watched a bunch of videos. I took a voice class, which was kind of just a sales pitch to send me a program. Um,
Right?
so I know about like pitch and resonance and what was the other one? Weight. So like I
Yes,
know like the things, I just don't practice. So
that's totally fine. Well, let's practice this together then. All right. So, are you familiar with some of the exercises we use, like the whisper slide or siren, stuff like that, like pat that cat, going from pot dark to pat, right? Or is this completely alien to you?
the whisper slide is familiar.
Yeah. Okay. Have you ever had any chance to practice it?
Yes, but like only once or twice.
All right. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay, so let's try this then. I want you to give me a gentle whisper on the word hello, like so. Hello. Very quiet, very gentle. Oh, it's not coming through. Okay. Please go to your user settings in Discord. Then into user settings, go into voice and video. Once you're in voice, make sure that your input profile is set to studio, or make sure that noise suppression is set to none. All right.
Okay, let me try again.
Sure
Hello,
thing. All right. Again. Hello, hello.
hello, hello.
All right. All good. Thank you. Now let's try this. Give me a pat that cat on a dark whisper, like Darth Vader dark. Pat that cat.
Pat that cat.
Very good. Now just the word pat, and we're going to bring it brighter and higher. Pat, 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 cat.
Pat, 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 pat,
Yes.
pat, pat, cat.
All right. Very, very good. Da, 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 da. Okay. Very good. Now with that done, I want you to bridge from that bright whisper into a high pitch. For example. So you're gonna do the following. You're gonna go whisper, breathy, and balanced. So 3 steps. Whisper, breathy, and balanced. Let's
Okay.
do this together. Where is the one? There we go. And there we go. Effectively starting here.
Ah,
Yes. And then from there, try to say, pat that cat.
pat that cat.
Yes. Very good. That's it. You got it. Okay. Now, let's try to read some sentences of this. Can you assume that position again? Pat that cat.
Pat that cat.
Beautiful. And now what I want you to do is read that first sentence. Pat that cat like so. That mad brat sat on that flat mat. Try it
Okay.
out.
That mad brat sat on that flat mat.
Beautiful. Very good. That mad rat sat on a flat mat. Let's keep going on this roll. Let's try the next one. Ah, or rather, all the crowbar opened the subpar car.
Uh, the crowbar opened the subpar car.
Nice, you're slaying. Next one. Oh, the store doors creaked more on the fourth floor.
Oh, the store doors creaked more on the fourth floor.
Gee, all right, it's really good. Nice. Next one. Ooh, as in boot. The you is no taboo. You grew, it's true.
Ooh, the new you is no taboo. You grew, it's true.
All right, that's beautiful. Next one. Oh, snow flamingos, 8 kilos of tomato risotto.
Ooh,
Oh,
snow. Wait, was
yeah.
it O or?
It's O.
Oh, snow flamingos eat kilos of tomato risotto.
Very good. Tomato. Not sure if this one is either British or English. Tomato. Okay, very good. Okay, cool. Let's go back to the first one here. That mad brat sat on that flat mat, and we're gonna do a little bit of an intonation change. As you've noticed, we speak beep boop bop beep boop, very monotonous, right?
Yeah.
So, what I want to do here is to modify the pitch. Let's try a upwards pitch vector. So, Ah, that mad brat sat on that flat mat. Try it out.
Uh, uh, that mad brat sat on the flat mat.
Very good. And from the top here. Ah, that mad brat sat on that flat mat.
Uh, that mad brat sat on the flat mat.
Very good. Let's try a low, high, low. That mad brat sat on that flat mat.
Okay. That mad brat sat on the flat mat.
Good. Opposite now. High to low to high. That mad brat sat on that flat mat.
That mad brat sat on that flat mat.
And now let's try to do this. That mad brat.
That mad brat.
Good. That mad brat.
That mad brat.
Yes, that mad brat sat on that flat mat.
That mad brat sat on that flat mat.
Yes, beautiful. Woo! That's it. You did it. You did it. That's really good. That mad rat sat on that flat mat. Okay, that's beautiful. So you
Thank you.
got everything checked. Like you got a soft voice, you got a bright voice, you even got the intonation that doesn't break when you go to lower pitches. Perhaps you might find that around the higher pitches, your voice might break a little bit, or around the lower pitches of your range, your voice might kind of want to go back into a mask sound. So other than that, this is really promising start. I'm surprised you said that you didn't do any practice before.
So, like,
It's
not a
very good.
whole lot, but, like, um, I, like, always fall out of it because like, I don't
Yeah,
know, I find that, like, I kind of like my more not more mask, but, like, lower and more raspier tones sometimes. I'm just trying not to, like, judge it too much, but at the same time, um, I don't know, like, wanna
that's fair.
quote unquote "pass" or whatever.
I mean, like honestly, I think your voice passes. It's very fun. It's very good.
Thank you.
why say your voice passes? Why not? Like, I think my voice, I think my voice passes. You know, like, why not just speak in a fem voice? Have you already ever attempted just to do that?
True, true.
Yeah, just go for it. And if it drops, it drops. But at least would have put a lot of practice in. And maybe you don't like the fact that it's like that mad rat sat on that flat mat, and you're maybe like judging it in the sense that like for you it's not something that feels close to your voice. Maybe you just like the monotony. You like the more assertive, the more affirmative way to speak, right? Perhaps what you would like more is something that's a bit lower, like not that mad rat sat on that flat mat, hee hee, Disney princess, all cutesy, whatever. Perhaps something more like That mad brat sat on that flat mat, like the Baldur's Gate narrator voice. That mad brat sat on that flat mat,
Yeah,
like that much lower sound. So maybe that's something for you to explore, trying to explore that still really bright sound, but take it lower and lower and lower in pitch. Maybe that's some like uh, things to consider for you in the future for your practice. Okay.
got it. Okay.
All right, that was always really good. Everyone give a big round of applause to
Thank you.
wait, not sure anything. To Melody. Woo!
Thank you.
You did really well. Good job. All right. So I'll see you around. Please step
Yep.
down. Well, I'll help you. I don't know how to
Okay.
do this for you. Um, I speak too fast. Um, how do people? I promise I know what I'm doing. I promise I'm a professional at this. Um, uh-oh. Oh, there we go. All right. Bye, Melody. Good job.
Bye.
All right. Next up on stage, I want to see someone who wants to work on making their voices sound more masculine. So, if you want to make your voice more masculine, request, raise your hand. Never mind. Whoops. Whoopsie. All right. Mask voice going once, mask voice going twice, mask voice going thrice. All right. Moving on to the next fem voice. So, uh, all right. Oh, why is my alarm setting up? All right, so the faded Vox. Go on. And there we go. That was quick. All right. Hello, welcome. Hi. Hello, hello.
Hey.
You've not been on stage before, right? Yeah, this is
No,
the first time.
I've
All right.
never.
All
Uh,
right. Welcome. Hi. Let me
Hello.
timer. There we go. Timer started. We are all good. Hello, faded Vox. Just call you Vox.
Please call me Vox or Nemo.
What is it? I don't know what the second one was, but I'm just gonna go for
Uh,
Vox.
yeah.
All right. Welcome up on stage, Vox. Hi. Have you already done voice
Hi.
training prior to this?
Never. This is my first class.
Okay, first class ever. Woo! Nice. Okay, welcome. Yippee. Yippee creature. You are here. So you've have you already done any voice acting? Just making voices from cartoons, just done voices for fun. Have you already done some singing or not at all?
No, I only sing sometimes, and I sing in my normal voice.
That's okay. It still grants you somewhat of a connection to your voice, which is more than enough. All right, another fellow first timer. There's so many of them nowadays. So let's get started right into the nitty gritty of it. I want to hear a
Yeah.
slide from your lowest pitch up to your highest pitch.
What
Give it a
sound?
try. O sound or literally is even better if you if it
Sorry.
yeah.
I
Oh,
didn't
it's
start
good.
yet.
Try it on the off.
I can't go much higher than that.
Oh, we're gonna have to go much higher though. All right, mimic after
I,
me.
I know.
It's okay. Mimic after me. Oh,
Oh,
oh, you're starting here. So,
I can start lower if you need.
oh, no, I don't need to start lower. It's fine. Um,
Okay, sorry about
it's
that.
always lower. You. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm. I'm just trying to do that we match the same two pitches so we can then go up together.
Uh,
Good. Ooh.
like that.
There you go. You can go much higher. There you go. Oh, give the last high pitch.
Uh, Feels cool.
Oh, yeah. Hold that last pitch here. Oh, that one's pretty good and solid. Yes, let's keep going.
Thank you,
Oh, you got range.
thank you.
Let's keep going. Ooh.
It kind of hurts. Let me fix my
Ooh.
posture.
It
Thanks.
hurts. Oh no.
Um, yeah, a little bit might. I don't. When I speak high, it hurts.
Oh no, why is that? Is that what you
Oh, I
mentioned
have.
with your vocal folds
Yeah,
damaged and so that?
yeah. Even speaking like this kind of hurts. I usually speak like this, and it like
Oh
massages my throat and
gosh,
relaxes it.
I'm sorry. Is it like
No,
GRD
no, no, no,
or
no, no.
something else?
Okay, so it's literally just um I got punched there as a child, hard
Oh,
as fuck by my dad, and I don't want to speak about
oh
that.
God. Oh,
Yeah.
trigger
So
warning. Too
yeah,
late. Sorry.
I'm
Maybe I
sorry.
shouldn't have
I'm
done
so
that. No,
sorry.
it's okay. It's okay.
I,
It's okay.
I I'm so sorry.
You're good. You're good. It's not your fault. But it's good to know. Have you? I suppose you've had doctors check on this.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I don't really want it. I do, but I don't. I can't.
You can't. I'm confused.
I can't really get it fixed because of some things. Like,
Look, it's not
can't
so much
really
about.
afford it.
It's not really so much about getting it fixed, but more so to like know what the medical opinion is on this. Because I am not a
Yeah.
doctor. I am a voice coach, so I can't really. I can give you like hints, but um, my my judgment will only be based on what I hear as what sound exists. So
Yeah.
okay, so understandably, when you go for lower pitches, right, like the
Yeah.
rumbliness of it
Yeah,
is
like this.
more relaxing, right? Like lower
Yeah, it
pitches with more
relaxes me.
creak, it is more relaxing. Like this is one thing that is true because when your voice when your vocal folds vibrates really slow, the creak kind of is very slow and really like it's a relaxed posture of the vocal folds, right? So
Yeah.
it's not impossible for you to reach FM voice. It might just be a lower one. I'm thinking of like gosh, what's her name? Shori Ash Dalu. I don't have like a video on hand. Have you ever watched
Um,
the show The Expanse?
I don't think so. I'm sorry.
Ash Dalu. It's okay. I'll find that
A
actress.
voice
Ash Dalu.
the
There you go. Yeah. What's up?
the one you said was lower when you were helping melody. That
Yeah.
kinda is what I'm aiming for.
Oh. Okay.
I
Yeah.
don't want a
Yeah. Yeah.
high
So
pitched voice.
no, that's fair and that's entirely understandable knowing your circumstances. So do 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 do
Uh,
do.
uh, uh,
All right. So the
um,
whole goal here is to never force your voice, always keep it really relaxed, and to have it dip as much and creak as possible. Why creak specifically?
okay.
The because creak is what we call
Uh,
an inharmonic sound. It has a very little harmonic value. Like people just can't really tell what pitch it is specifically, right? Like, and so because
oh,
people can't tell what pitch you have when you do like a creak, it's more likely to be gender neutral. So like, it's actually a good hack for us, especially if you have to like
oh,
play around with lower pitches. For example, if I take a fem voice and I like go like like blah. If I take a fem voice and I go like really low in pitch and I keep all of my pitches like really full and complete, like you start to hear
that's
that like this is just going for like androgynous or like masc voice. However, if I make my voice more creaky, it's a little bit more
yeah,
up there, right? Like it could be a fem voice, it could be a masc voice, but like already reaching that androgyny. So yeah, this is one of the things you
that's
can do.
exactly what I'm aiming for.
All right, that's perfect. But you're starting from the bottom up because if leaving high
Yeah,
pitches hurts. Um, so
kind of hurts.
oh, first thing I want you to do is to try to start a voice with like the smallest airflow possible, not like a but like a like the
Uh,
quietest sound ever.
oh,
Like
you mean a
bare
whisper?
minimum of air. Not a whisper. Whisper is when the vocals are open. What I'm asking of you is
Oh,
to
I'm
like
sorry.
do well. Technically, don't stop being sorry. You did nothing wrong. Um, what I want you to do is like,
Habit.
oh, 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 oh,
Uh,
oh,
uh,
oh,
uh, 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 uh,
oh. Good. And now you should notice that doing this sound here, oh, uses like a very low amount of air. It's really quiet, as opposed to like a oh, like a full force oh, you know.
yeah, yeah.
And because it's using less air, your vocal folds also have to do less work, right? So this can
Mm-hmm.
already help alleviate some of the hurt that your voice might bring you. All right. And then
Yeah.
what you want to do is take that sound and gently bring it up. And stop when it hurts and tell me when it hurts.
It doesn't hurt.
Oh. Oh, are you serious? Because you just went to
I'm
G3.
so
It's
sick.
You
Oh.
literally went an octave higher than what your highest was. And then try to hold it there.
I don't have good
Oh.
lungs.
It's okay. It's okay. No worries. I don't either. I have asthma. Oh, this is F sharp free. This. Oh, did it
Oh,
hurt here?
sorry. Uh,
Oh.
uh,
Oh. Did you
a
go too
little bit.
too hard, too strong? And I noticed you went like
A little bit.
oh instead of the oh from before, right? So this
Yeah.
is really tricky and finicky. You kind of would want to have like a little bit more of a close up follow up on this, than just like a quick 10 minutes session here. But my main thing
Yeah,
is
yeah.
reclaim your higher range. You're very capable of it. You might not want to. You might not be able to belt and yell like, "Oh, like be really loud at these pitches." But at the very least, you could achieve a femme voice
Uh,
that is like convincing in every way, like
um,
really bright and just really soft. So you might actually rock a somewhat high femme voice, all things considered, given that you said it didn't hurt you, as long as you just don't put too much force behind it. So the main thing here is don't push too much air. Like in terms of lung capacity, it's like using all of your air at once, like hello, 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 versus hello, hello, hello. And because you
uh,
use less air, you can breathe out for longer. So it also helps with the lung capacity issue, right? The next thing is, our time already has been up for a little bit, but I really want to give you the
oh,
tools here. One thing I want you to at least try and see if it's going to be an issue because, maybe your voice damage is not just the vocal fold. So let's see if it impacts your ability to raise your larynx. Question, really quick question. When you swallow, does it hurt in general?
um, sometimes it really depends.
Okay. Then if it's sometime, it's better than every time. Okay, very good. I want you to give me a gentle whisper on the word pat, like so.
But,
That had a little bit of voice. There you go. All right, and now try this.
but, I don't know how to raise my voice at a whisper.
You just did though.
I did.
What you can do is take your hand, place it gently on your neck. Okay, like pinky kind of above your collarbone on your neck, and index finger beneath your chin, still on your neck. Don't press down. Don't hold anything in place. Just try to go for that dark pat. You should feel it be quite low. Yeah. And now climb up and you should feel it move up. Yes, you're doing it. Did you feel it go up? Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
all right.
I was
Very
just.
good.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. What were you doing?
I was just like doing it again.
That's very good. Okay. So then from here, you then try to hold that upright one and then say just in that bright, firm whisper.
Bad cat.
Pat that cat. Okay. And then from here,
Bad cat.
pat that cat.
Bad
Pat that
cat.
cat. All right, pretty good. Pat that cat. All right, quite good.
Bad cat.
Now this one had a little bit more voice. Said pat that cat, and you let your Adam's apple go a little bit lower. So the first one you had was pat that cat. Your second one was pat that cat. So with your hand, you can like kind of
Okay.
gauge where your Adam's apple is and gauge how high it is.
Uh,
But the question I have to ask
uh,
you is, when you moved
uh,
it all the way
uh,
up here, did it hurt?
no, not really.
Okay, so what I'm
Mm,
understanding
no.
is that you can raise your Adam's apple without it hurting. You can raise your pitch all the way up to G3 without it hurting, as long as you use your voice in a soft manner. And so what I can tell you is, despite all the hurt and all the damage, your voice is theoretically has all the possibilities to be a fem voice, and actually something that doesn't need to be crazy low in the first place. Okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's my diagnosis as a not doctor, okay? Just from what I'm hearing, from what you tell me with your feelings of your body. Okay. So that's very good. And I'm also shocked that you were like, yeah, I can go up to oh, and that was your highest, and then you kind of went all the way up to like here, and I was like, whoa, you can do this without hurting. So definitely here, voice techniques are giving you and granting you a much bigger, wider range than you probably thought possible before. So keep up the
Yeah.
practice, and I'm sure you'll be able to get something that feels true and close to you. Okay?
Thank you so much.
You're super welcome. Another little thing is, you might, I don't know if you were like told about this, but whispers can be really hurtful to voice. Mostly because whispers are very
Really?
drying to the voice. Yes, it's actually contributing to voice damage over time. Whispers, when you do them, what happens, right? Your vocal folds just stay open. Where is my vocal closure thing? Here we go. Your vocal folds just stay open, right? But they're not completely open, because you hear the raspy sound. That's the air moving past them. What happens is that your vocal folds are normally coated with some mucus, which allows it
Uh,
to lubricate the vocal folds. When you whisper, that mucus gets dried the hell out. And so if you just spend your time whispering all the time, that's where your voice can start becoming drier, and thus that will make your voice scratchy and hurt more. So
that's why.
if you whisper all the time, that will actually contribute to hurting your voice. However, on the other end, the creak, like a pure creak, like a with like no air in between, not like a like a disjointed creak,
Like that.
yeah, that creak here has your vocal folds fully closed. So the bubbling you hear is like the little bubbles of air passing through it. But this is much, much more
Oh.
relaxed. So whispers and creak are at the antipodes of each other. They're quite opposites. So you want to basically avoid whispers as much as possible, except for maybe like
Mhm.
tuning your voice to be brighter. This is why I really make a point of saying that your whisper should always be really quiet and really gentle. Yes. So yeah, whispers bad. If you are someone who does whispers a lot when you speak, then
I yeah.
avoiding those will help a lot already. You already do
Yeah.
creak, so yeah, that's good.
What I used to do when I would try to sound feminine was I would whisper like this and turn my mic pickup up, and I didn't realize that would be hurtful. I wondered why my throat would always hurt.
Yeah, well, the thing is, people like wrongfully think that the whispers will get their voices feminine. Like, also very important. Like, do not mistake whisper for for breathy. Right? This is a whisper. This is a breathy sound. Breathy is that perfect mix between balance
These.
and a whisper. Yeah, exactly. So this is the area that's
Oh.
dangerous. Not the end of the world if you do it sometimes or for practice reasons. Just try to say it in this place a little bit more, because here air will never be lost. It will be converted mostly into sound or into creak, I suppose. But yeah, the goal is to stay balanced most of the time and creaky when you want to rest your voice, or if you want to like add a different sound to your voice. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Fox. Well, I'm super surprised to hear how well you've been able to modify your voice, despite you saying that it was damaged. Um, yeah, practice and technique can override a lot of the body. I mean, that's how we go from this to this, right? So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
pretty much the whole thing. But yeah,
Yeah.
I hope that you find a nice and pleasant journey alongside voice practice. And yeah, just never forget, be careful of the whispers and the breathy sound. Try to use creak more. And if you have to use whispers, do them really quiet. And just start to maybe reclaim some of your upper pitch range. If you're not familiar with like pitch softwares, there is like a few pitch softwares I can give you advice for. I generally mostly advise Vocal Pitch Monitor. Oh, whoops, what did I move? Oh, that's interesting.
Mm, okay.
Vocal Pitch Monitor on Android, if you have that. Nail the Pitch on iOS. The other ones, I use them if you have to, but I don't really recommend them too much. And that's about it. There you go.
Thank you
Uh,
so much.
you're welcome. What? So, all right. You'll have a great one. Sorry, you'll have a
Okay.
great one. You have a great one, Vox. Best of luck for his work. Bye bye. Boop. All right. Also, big, big, big claps. Whew. I was worried there for a little bit. Hurt voice, but somehow we got past a lot of hurdles. That was kind of insane. Uh, I didn't believe in myself fully before, but I just had to believe in Vox. That's all I had to do. All right. Good job. So next up, I want to see someone who wants to do and make their voices more masculine. Come on, please tell me there's people who want to make their voices mask. Raise your hand. Okay, we got laundry for mask voice. Yes. Buh. Oh, yeah, I feel that. All right. It will be Laundry. All right, moving up on stage. Laundry, you have been invited to speak. Hello, hello, hello. You are muted.
Hello.
Hello, hi. All right, let me start a quick little timer. There you go. Hi, Laundry.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. So, please tell me, what is it that you'd like to work on today? Mask voice, right?
Yes. So, I'm definitely more of like a gender fluid, non-binary individual. So, like, I'm fine
Gotcha.
having a feminine voice, but it would be nice to also have a masculine voice.
It's a nice to have, and thank you for coming up on stage. So at least I get to show some stuff for the mask people out there that might want to do mask voice work, but just can't or don't want to move up on stage. All right, so when it comes to mask voice, we basically just want to reverse all the three things. Instead of going for a softer voice by reducing the vocal fold mass, instead of making the voice go from dark to bright, instead of bringing our pitch from low to high, we want to do all the opposite. So I want to kind of gauge what your pitch range is at as of right now. Can you give me a slide between your highest pitch and your lowest pitch? Something like, oh.
Okay, I'll try my best. Um, oh no.
No worries.
Ah,
What's that pitch here? Ah.
ah.
Oh, around E3. That's quite good. Okay, nice. All right, I think we can make this work. All right. Now we're gonna do some whispers. Also, I see that your Yippee creature is not lighting up as much as I think it would. So can you make sure that your user settings and your voice settings, that your input profile is set to studio, and that crisp is set to none. All
Crisp
right,
is set to what? I apologize.
to none. It's okay. Your mic is open now, and I can hear myself in feedback. Whoops.
Oops.
Do you have any headphones?
I do, but you'd have to give me like at least a minute or two. I apologize.
Uh oh. How about you actively mute or unmute yourself? Okay, let's try this. So, what I want you to do is to give me the sound pat that cat on a bright whisper like so. Pat that cat. Oh, and unmute yourself for that. Oh, laundry. Oh no. Please tell me you didn't go run for the headset. Uh oh. I think that's what happened. Um,
No, I didn't. I'm
Oh,
sorry,
oh.
my mouse bugged.
Oops, that happened. It's okay. So let's try this again. Unmute yourself and say,
Pat that cat.
careful here, you're doing it voiced. Pat that cat. I want it to be, I want to hear a whisper. Pat that cat. Just the air. Good. Nice. And now I want you to try to take that pat sound and make it go darker. So, pat, 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 pat that cat. Try it out.
Pa, 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 pa.
Careful not to voice it. Pa, 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 pa. Try to just keep it at the whisper. Pa, 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 pat that cat. Try it again. That's it. You're doing it. No. Pat that cat. Very good. So you went to pat that cat. And you started at pat that cat, right? So what you can do is take your hand and put it gently on your neck and do that same motion again. Just try to feel for how your Adam's apple, or your larynx rather, I should say, would drop from high to low. Pa, 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 pa. Try it out.
Pa, 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 pa.
Good. Did you feel that motion?
A little.
Good. With practice, you might be able to increase that range as you are more and more familiar with that exercise. Now, let's get into some practice sentences. There we go. Okay. So from here, I want you to take that pat that cat just did. Pa, 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 pa. Pat that cat. And just try to hold that dark position. Pat that cat. Emphasis on the ah sound. Sorry, go on. Very good. And now try to take that ah sound and go from whisper to breathy to balanced. Pa, pat that cat. Try it out.
Cat. Ooh.
That might be because you squeeze your whisper a little bit too much. Pat that cat. Okay, let's try this the other way around. I want you to try and reach that really low whisper. Uh, sorry, that really low pitch that we did before at the start. Oh, try that. Oh. All right, match after me. Uh,
Uh,
uh.
uh,
Good. Hold that last bit here.
uh, uh,
Hold it a little bit. Tap it.
uh, 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 uh.
Good. Let's try that. Ah.
Uh,
Yes. Ah.
uh, uh.
That's F3. Very good. And from here, let's do it a few times. Ah.
Uh,
And again. Ah.
uh,
Very good. And let's do this. We're gonna go from that balanced sound into a breathy and then into a whisper, like so. Ah. Try it out.
uh,
Yes. And now back. Ah. You went a little bit higher here. That pitch first. Let's try to go the back and forth. First, match my pitch. Ah.
uh,
Yeah. Ah.
uh,
Good. Now try the whole back and forth. Ah. Ah.
uh,
Yes, beautiful. And now your goal is to ah, and then back. Ah. Try that.
I'm sorry, was it normal to look? I already forgot.
No, it's okay. So basically, we go balance to normal and to the whisper. So ah. We find this bright whisper. Then we tune that bright whisper to be darker. And then we take that dark whisper and go back into that same pitch. Oh.
Okay, I'll try my best.
You got this.
No, I don't. Okay.
Yes, you do. Okay, come on,
No.
go.
Uh, uh,
Oh no! You gotta
no.
back up. Oh, I never heard this happen before. That's that was interesting. Okay, another little tech for you to try before we wrap it up for real, is just literally yawn. Like take a yawn. Go on, just yawn. Yeah. And then just hold that yawn. That mad brat sat on that flat mat.
That mad brat sat on that
Yes.
flat mat.
That's the best one. And this is what you did. That mad brat sat on that flat mat. You kind of shot back up at the end, but that was the best one so far. Okay, EP helped so much. That mad brat sat on that flat mat. I should have just started with this, honestly.
That's
That's
okay.
so yeah, there you go. If you can, try to practice the whispers. It gives you a bit more granular control, and it doesn't have you depend on the yawn as much. But the yawn is might be like the quickest tech for you to reach a dark and mask voice. So yeah, y'all make me yawn. So yeah,
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Hard. Okay, sorry. So yeah, yawn, and then you hold that low pitch, and then that mad broadside. And if you have your hand on your neck, you can like try to track if your Adam's apple shoots up. So if you do that mad broadside on that flat mat, you would feel it go back up. So yeah, that's something for you to be careful with and practice that. Okay.
Sounds good. Thank you.
You're very welcome, Laundry. All right. You did really great. Everyone, give a big round of applause to Laundry. Woo! Next up, I was looking for the claps. All right. Next up, last but not least, someone who wants to make their voices more feminine. Linak, do you want to make your voice more femme? Yes. Okay. All right. You've not been on stage before, have you? Trombone person, Linak. I have once. Okay. I'm trying to get people who have not been on stage yet before. So I'm seeing Mia. Mia, have you been on stage before? You have not? All right. Mia, request to speak. Thank you for understanding, Linak. All right. Let's go.
Hi.
Hello, Mia. Hi.
Hi.
All right. Let's go. This is for femboys, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just checking because you already got a really good femvoice. I want to give a big round of applause to Mia. Woo!
Thank you.
Welcome up on stage, yippee creature of the feminine persuasion. Is that
Yippee!
what you say? No, of the feminine gender. Whatever. Anyways,
Mm.
hello. Hi. So
Hi.
I'm already hearing a very femme voice. What do you need this little time in the workshop for?
So I sing, but I can sometimes have my voice like this, but it will crack a lot. And when I don't notice, it
Ah,
drops back and it
I
gets
see what's
like really
happening.
rumbly. Yeah.
I see what's happening. I know what's happening. Okay, this is interesting. I haven't done this in a while. So let's check this out. Okay. There's something I don't mention a lot when it comes to a voice, and it's related to pitch. That will be the different laryngeal vibratory mechanisms, also called LVMs. Very simply put, when it comes to voice, we tend to break it down into different modes of vibration. The first one would be like M1, which is like your modal voice. That's M1. Right? So you can
uh,
have M1 be like, oh, but it can also be like, ah, really high up. It's kind of that fully textured sound. Quite literally, when you have an M1 sound, the vocal folds are opening and closing fully with their whole body, and you get that really nice sound, that fully fledged sound. However, some of you might have noticed that when you go up in pitch, the following happens. Oh, did you catch that? Oh, the
uh,
voice crack. The voice crack. Well, you're starting really high, so it doesn't happen for you. Uh, so, anyways, the voice crack when you start on a low pitch with a lot of texture, and you suddenly jump into a high pitch has less texture to it. That second mechanism is what we call M2. And so you can't really see it on this graph because M1 and M2 are just ways to produce pitch, but they're not like locked to a specific range per se. It's true that M2 tends to spend more time up here in the fourth and fifth octave, whereas M1 tends to spend more time like around this area. But there's overlap. So for example, I can go up to, let me get my pitch monitoring app. A3 here. A3 is here. Uh and I can make it sound like this, either M1 or like M2, right? And those have like
oh,
very different textures. You can even hear the jump here. Ah. This is me switching between M1 and M2 on the same pitch. Most of the times, this only happens when you go up or down. And I think, dear Mia, that your voice ends up cracking because your voice is in the M2 range. And you somehow have a quite well textured M2 as well. However, you might notice that your voice cracks probably when you go to lower pitches more than if you go to higher pitches, right?
um, I
There's, yeah,
it's kind
yes,
of hard to control. I
uh huh,
don't, I can't really keep it at this, and I'm not really
uh
sure
huh,
how to keep it there. Or even
right.
sometimes when I'm speaking like this, I'll still get, people saying like, "Oh, I know you're a guy," like on vrchat, and it still really hurts.
I think it's because when you speak in like this M2 range, because I'm also adopting this M2 sound like you are. Would you say that this voice sounds like a guy though? Like, would you say that there's anything that makes it sound more um masculine in any way, shape, or form? Be brutally honest.
Um,
It's not that bad. It's just if I want to have like a bit more variation, like let's say I want to go like lower in pitch, like hello. I'm gonna have that voice crack happens because at some point M2 is just not good at doing pitches that are far down here. if I take my M2 down, oh, C4, oh, it's already starting to break. Oh, I'm like, let it free. And here it really wants to break into M1. Right? So, you know, it tends to not be able to do lower pitches. There's like a physical reason for that, just because when you do an M2 pitches, your vocals are kind of like creating what we call a glottal chink. So it's like a small little hole between the two vocal folds that kind of allows the vocal folds to vibrate faster for reasons that I won't get into. And so this is why M2 allows us to go for much higher pitches, because we have longer vocal folds due to testosterone being exposed to us, right? So to palliate to that issue, our voice will be able to create that new mechanism to go for higher pitches. That mechanism being M2. So you have this issue of this voice, right?
Yeah.
It's not a problem to have this voice, but there's two things taken into account. First of all, M2 is a sound that is quite unstable if you're not careful. It can very easily, if you go to lower pitches, like if I speak like this just sounds fine and dandy and all that. Um, but if I start to move like lower in pitch, like, hello, how are you doing? Oh, my day has been good. My voice is gonna want to break. So what I'm gonna do instead is, um, if I if I talk right up here, what I might want to do is as I go to lower pitches, my voice is going to take more and more weight, and as it takes more and more weight, it actually seamlessly goes into M1. Similarly here, if I take my voice and I slowly go and make my voice softer and thinner, I can go across the gap and you didn't even hear the switch happen, right? So the whole
Oh,
point is to know how to use the both ranges. It's not the end of the world if you're in M2, but I think you should explore M1 more and then reconcile those two ranges.
oh, okay. So how I would
You
go
kind of would
lower?
have to relearn voice because once you're in
Huh?
M2, it's really hard to. Once you're in M2, it's really hard to break out of it unless you have the full on voice crack, which then restores your, well, mask voice, I suppose.
So I want to restore my mask voice and then bring that up?
Not exactly. So let's try this. Do you mind showing us your mask voice?
Yeah, sure. Give me 1 second.
Take your time. No worries.
Okay, this is how I sound.
All right, beautiful. So, okay, this is how I
Oh, oh,
sound. Okay, match my pitch
this is
here.
how I sound.
Very good. Can you say mad brat?
Mad brat,
So right now, that mad brat sat.
that mad brat sat.
To me, this is already a femme voice. That mad brat sat. Okay. So now what I want you to do is to take that sound and go, that mad brat sat on that flat mat.
That mad brat sat.
On.
Yeah, interesting. So the jump is insane. That mad brat sat on, right? You have that voice crack. So what you want to do is learn how to modulate your vocal weight. When you say that
So what
mad
is
brat
vocal weight?
sat, vocal weight, I'm glad you asked. Better yet, I have a whole thing here. So vocal weight is this weird little thing where your vocal folds can either have more or less muscle involved in them. We want to remove vocal fold mass to achieve a softer, gentler voice. However, when you
Okay.
speak in your high pitch range in M2, your voice is always super light and super thin. That's just how M2 works. It tends to be a mechanism where you find very little vocal fold mass in there. But there's ways to use M2 that use more vocal fold mass, and that's kind of what I want you to do eventually. However, when you use M1, your voice tends to be thicker. Although, do you know that when I say that mad rat sad, it is somewhat thick, but it's nowhere thick as like that mad rat sad, right? Everything
Yeah.
in moderation, right? So like this is a lot of weight. This is still some amount of weight, but like the less amount of weight would be like this version, right? Like this hyper little voice. And this voice would be really easy to bridge into M2 because it already shares that really light quality. So, like, if I'm in M1, but I make my voice really soft, I can go really easily into M2. So, your goal
Okay.
here when it comes to going up in pitch, that mad brat sat on, is to actually make your voice go softer with each word. So like that mad brat sat on that flat mat, and boom, I'm already in
But
M2.
in my M1 voice is what you want me to do.
Yes. So basically, you
Okay.
can do different types of M1 voices. Your M1 voice can be that mad brat. It can also be that mad brat. It can also be that brat. It always depends how much force and how much weight you put into your voice. Okay? Do you want to
Okay,
try these
yeah.
different iterations?
Okay, sure.
Uh-huh.
That mad brat sat on that flat mat.
Okay. Was that like your heavier one or was that like your lighter
That,
one?
I feel like this is my M1 voice, but I'm
Yes, it
trying to
is.
make it higher.
I feel like this is my one voice. I'm trying to make it higher. Yes. I noticed there's like a lot of breath. Ah, like this is my M1 voice. Ah, da, 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 da. So one thing
Okay.
that you might have taken from M2 is that in M2 you tend to use a bit more air, perhaps. So here what you want to do is because M1 has like proper full closure of the vocal folds, you don't need as much air to guarantee a proper vibration. So you can just like try to go for not that mad brat, but like start with like the bare minimum amount of air, like that, that,
That,
brat. Not high pitch. That you're banned from high pitches. Try to have the same
that,
effect,
that,
but at low
that,
pitches.
that mad brat sat on that flat mat.
Okay, and then try this. That mad brat sat on that flat mat.
That mad brat sat on that flat mat.
So close, so close. Let's go slower. That mad brat, and then sa. Very slow slide up.
That mad brat sat on that flat mat.
You didn't go into M2 there, did you?
I don't think so.
No, you didn't. But I just want to say this voice sounds really feminine, really good, by the way. It does have a little bit too much breathiness, though. That's like my one crux with it. Um, okay. I want you to try this. Take that high pitch. Oh, try to make it as low as possible. The goal is to have it be super quiet all the time. So, take it as low as you can. Your goal is to
In
always
my
have to
M1,
technically anywhere you want. Just yeah, give it a try. It has to be
uh,
just super soft. Hmm. I notice when you're in EM2, you use a lot of air. You actually want to use less air. Uh, yeah, just like that. And then from here, you can just speak hello, hello, hello.
hello, 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 hello.
I think you're still in M2. Okay. M2, M1, what an issue. I was kind of sure like that you were going to be locked in M2 when it comes to starting from high. So that's kind of an issue, but
Uh, uh, oh, hello, hello, hello,
yes. Hello, hello, hello. All right. Try this.
hello,
Full
hello,
breath
hello.
all at once. Let's make that twice as long. Let's make it twice as long again. Right? And the longer you go, the quieter and the slower your airflow. Okay? To the point where you want to reach like yeah. All right. And now I want you to do the same, but like with the breath so slow that you can't even hear it. And then try to set up the voice with that. Try a low pitch. Yes. Try a low pitch with this. It really wants to fall to high pitch.
Yeah, it
there you
really
go.
does.
So that's down here. You can make it loud first. And then slowly make the pitch. So yes, that's it.
Oh, so you want me to talk from here?
Yes, this is good. So now, with that same amount of air, you want to slowly move up. Try not to get louder. Stay quiet. Stay quiet. Yeah. See, your voice gets breathy there at the end. Either your vocal folds are opening more, or you're adding more air. Either way, you don't want that to happen. So be sure that you keep the same amount of air. And if you reach breathy, try to tap it. To restore.
The mat got sat on the mat.
Okay? And then go in turn 2, but try to avoid the voice break. Yes! You did it! There you go. You just bridged in one of them too. Not quite. Okay, so this will take some exploration, some tweaking, trial and error. Okay. Once you know how to do this, this opens up the possibility to speak in M1 and move up into M2, then speak in M2, and move back down into
So
M1 and speak in
my
M1.
problem is that I can't transition from this voice to this voice.
Correct. And also another thing before I leave you to this is when when you speak in this voice, there's two big issues that I'm hearing. First of all, is that you use a lot of air. So as soon as like your voice doesn't have the necessary amounts of air, it just kind of like sometimes you might like find that your voice breaks or it's just completely gone. The second issue is that at this really high pitch, you might lack texture. So your voice is just like too soft and too smooth, and it's kind of unnatural because most feminine voices that speak all the way up here actually have a little bit more vocal fold mass to them. So maybe instead of going for, let's see, instead of saying, that mad brat sat in that flat mat, you might want to have that mad brat sat on that flat mat, which already is more believable because that's a bit more weight, right? It sounds more natural. The goal is to kind of mimic that higher M1 from a fem voice, but still in M2 by adding a bit of that weight. So instead of having that fully soft, that mad brat sat, having that mad brat sat already makes it sound a lot more in line with what you would expect from a natural voice. So your issue is twofold. You're locked in M2. So either you learn to use M1 and kind of mix and match those two to have a really broad and wide range, because frankly your M2 is quite good. I think you already have done some of that thickening of your voice. But yeah, one of those issues that does stem from having an M2 voice is that it tends to be too soft, and it kind of like sounds a bit fake. Unless you add a bit of vocal fold mass back in, right?
Okay, I understand, I think.
Yes. For example, here. Okay, I understand. I think going from like, okay, I understand to okay, I understand.
Okay, I understand.
Yeah, just like that. There you go. That already helps a lot in that regard. So you can choose to stay just in your M1, just stay in your M2, I think the best of both worlds is to have um both ranges available to you, like so. So like you can like use high pitches and low pitches, however you like to use your voice at, right? And yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, you have a really thin voice. I would just advise you to be careful with them too, as I have presented you these caveats and these issues. Okay?
Okay, thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Everyone, give a big round of applause to Mia! Woo! All right, that was very interesting. We don't get to talk a lot about M2 voices and the issues that they can cause us. So that's really, really good. All right, everyone. It is so late and I am so not on schedule, but I'll be taking some questions from Twitch and from Discord. I'll start with the Twitch questions since I don't have the Twitch chat under my eyes. Rory, are you around? Hello, hello. All right, yippers, you are. You are embodying the yippy creature yourself. Anyhow, anywho. Wait, go again with the yippy? Thank you. Great timing. All right, so. All right, I'll take one or two Discord questions and then wrap it up. All right. I know my voice gets closer to Lubia's voice if I try to speak Japanese. I do not know what Lubia's voice is. People keep telling me that accent and language aren't part of voice feminization. That's correct. Accent, not so much. Like, accent is a little bit more. But when it comes to voice feminization, you have to understand that voice is heavily, heavily cultural. Like, what sounds like a feminine voice in Japan is not the same as hearing a voice in, I don't know, like America English or English in like the UK. Yes, sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Bleh. I noticed that my voice gets closer to Luia's voice, a character, I suppose, from some show. If I try to. Luia, no, not Luia. I don't think. I don't think she wants Luia's voice. No, Luia. Luea. So yeah, I don't know. Leah's name is pronounced Lua. Okay. So Lua's voice. My bad. Sorry. And languages are in part of voice memorization. And languages are in part of voice memorization. So I was just making the point on the fact that voice is very cultural. What sounds feminine in a country might not be the same as in another one. But I feel it is in my case due to it improving by speaking Japanese. I mean, yeah, if Lua's voice is entirely Japanese, then like I suppose Japanese is a like a lot more vowel focused than English is. Like there's less vowel sounds too in Japanese, so it's not more easy, but like Japanese does tend like Japanese speakers do tend to have like a smaller vocal tract when it comes to speaking. But yeah. What's my advice on this case? I mean, just general voice tonalization advice, like make your vocal tract smaller and yeah, that's about it. That's all I can say from the little I know from the voice. Uh you can share the clips later in voice training. Yeah, but I don't really have the time to review a whole like video. I'm sorry. But I hope that helped anyways. Spot says, question for Fem, how do you know if you're raising your larynx to high? So the way I generally go about this is by sound exploration. When you do a sound like pat that cat on a whisper, like so, but that cat. If it sounds that dark and that masculine in the whisper, you're pretty much set on the fact that but that cat, that your voice is quite dark, and so you know that your larynx is low. There's like no physical way for you to achieve a darker voice without having your larynx that low. And then exploring it to go higher, like into that brighter sound is one way you can go to hear how high your larynx is. If you're not satisfied with that, you can always put your hand gently on your neck. Generally, what I like to do is I just like have my index finger right underneath my chin and my pinky finger right above my collarbone, and like my hand is kind of like just like resting there on my neck, and then I just like explore with varying degrees of whispers, and I can actively feel my Adam's apple move up or down. Depending on who you are and how your body is, you might feel your Adam's apple more or less because we don't always have the same prominence of the laryngeal cartilage of the Adam's apple. So, yeah, that's how you know if you're raising a larynx or not. Physically with your fingers, you can feel it. Do not raise your larynx with your fingers, please. Just use your fingers to track how high it is, please. And that is about it. So I hope that answers your question. Yeah, don't don't move your legs with your hands. Heavy disagree. Heavy don't do. Would not recommend. Exactly. Don't do that. It hurt. Exactly. Don't do that. All right, that's about it. All right, everyone. I'm going to wrap up this workshop. I hope y'all had a great time and you learned something alongside the way. So, yeah, uh, who am I? My name is Savvy. I teach voice feminization as well as voice masculinization. I also teach voice androgynization. I teach singing and voice acting and a little fun thing that we call human beatboxing with sounds such as so if you learn any of these crazy weird sounds and if you want to learn how to bounce like or just make your voice more femme, more mask, whatever, just hit me up in DMs. I offer public lessons, private lessons at a price. But if you want to know about my scheduling and about my pricing, do message me there. I'll be happy to let you know about this. I also have a Discord server called Scientifically Augmented Voice. It's a little community I've been building for the past 5 to 6 years. I dropped the link in Discord messages. So, yeah. If you want to join there, I do public lessons there that you can listen to for free. And that is pretty much it. So, yeah. My favorite part of the outro is always the beatboxing. It's awesome. Hell yeah, we love beatboxing. Um, so anyhow, anyways, that is it for me today. Uh, I will keep doing these workshops maybe for 2 or 3 more weeks before I'm allowed to go back and do VR. That is because I'm recovering from eye surgery still. Uh, but I hope that you enjoy this format nonetheless. It's a bit new and it's a bit different, but if it works, it works. I'm just glad nothing broke today. So I'll see all of you beautiful people again in the next workshop. In the meantime, take care of yourself and bye bye.